someone to believe me.
Contaminated.
Space. Horrible. Look like it would scare you to death.
All right, let's get to work.
So usually we will start this episode with witty banter and back and forth, usually a joke. However, I can't tell a joke to myself. So, if you're noticing, this week we are short 2 people. Aeon and Paul are taking the weekend off. They have personal stuff going on. So, I was gonna try to do rapid fire this weekend. Probably not gonna be as fun as having both of us here, but you know what? We're gonna make the best of this situation. I want to give a quick shout out to everybody that's been sticking with the show. Numbers are looking good every single week. You know, thank you to everybody that sticks with the show. Thanks you, everyone that continues to support us. I know we are not the best at what we do. However, we are trying. We're having fun, and that's all that really matters. But we appreciate you nonetheless. How's it going? My name is Victus, and this is Beyond the Shadows podcast. So like I said, we're going to do rapid fire tonight. The plan was to do the Betty and Barney Hill UFO abduction, or alien abduction incident. However, there was a little bit of a scheduling conflict. So, Aeon and Paul are occupied, and I don't think they're going to show tonight, because this is usually the time when they would show up. So, you know, I haven't heard much of anything, which is fine. It's okay. We'll survive. So we're going to run rapid fire. We got lucky because Aeon's been sending me videos all week. However, I have been trying to do this just for spooky season. You know, spooky season's on us. So we're going to start each week's episode with factoids about spooky season. So last week we talked about jack-o'-lanterns, and this week I want to talk about how Halloween started in America. So the celebration of Halloween was extremely limited in colonial New England because of the rigid Protestant belief systems there. Halloween was much more common in Maryland and the southern colonies, as the beliefs and customs of different European ethnic groups and the American Indians meshed. A distinctly American version of Halloween began to emerge. The first celebrations, including play parties, air quotes there, which were public events held to celebrate the harvest. Neighbors would share stories of the dead, tell each other fortunes, and dance and sing. Colonial Halloween festivities also featured the telling of ghost stories and mischief-making of all kinds. By the middle of the 19th century, annual autumn festivities were common, but Halloween was not yet celebrated everywhere in the country. In the second half of the 19th century, America was flooded with new immigrants. These new immigrants, especially the millions of Irish fleeing the Irish potato famine, helped popularize the celebration of Halloween nationally. So, it goes way back. Let's see, where did it start? It dates back to the ancient Celtic festival of, Samhain. I'm no good with Celtic words. I think it's Samhain. Samhain. The Celts, who lived 2,000 years ago, mostly in the area that is now Ireland, the United Kingdom and northern France, celebrated the New Year at November 1st. This day marked the end of summer and the harvest, and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, the time of year that was often associated with human death. Celts believed that the night before the New Year, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead were blurred. On the night of October 31st, they celebrated Samhain, when it was believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to Earth. In addition to causing trouble and damaging crops, Celts thought that the presence of the otherworldly spirits made it easier for the Druids or Celtic priests to make predictions about the future. For people entirely dependent on the volatile natural world, these prophecies were an important source of comfort during the long dark winter. So, it started with the Celts. And then eventually, it made its way to America because of the Irish immigrants coming to America because of the potato famine. and we popularized it. From there, it just took off. I think we had some. It was let's see. Borrowing European traditions, Americans began to dress up in costumes and go house to house asking for food or money, a practice that eventually became today's trick-or-treat tradition. Young women believed that on Halloween they could divine the name or appearance of their future husbands by doing tricks with yarn, apple parings, or mirrors. So, there's that. In the late 1800s, there was a move in America to mold Halloween into a holiday more about community and neighborly get-togethers than about ghost pranks and witchcraft. At the turn of the century, Halloween parties for both children and adults became the most common way to celebrate the day. Parties focused on games, food, and of the season and festive costumes. Wow. Cool, I'm glad you guys didn't hear that. We just got a political ad pop up. Thanks, Wikipedia, you rock. Anyway, so tonight we're doing rapid fire. Just gonna be me. Deal with it. I'm hoping that this episode's gonna be okay. Rapid fire episode seems to be kind of a crowd favorite. So I'm hoping, I haven't looked at any of these. I looked at like the first 30 seconds of this video here, just for sound check. So some of the audio might be a little hot, but we're gonna go with it. So all of these, other than this first one, I've only seen 30 seconds of it. These are all new to me, and I'm excited to see what's going on. This is UFO Lore 3 on TikTok. It says multiple reports of a strange crash in DC, October 13, 2024.
Oh, mama.
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay, I do not know what's going on right now. I heard a noise. I come outside. There's sirens blaring, and I see this huge trail in the sky.
Yes, but Kaplan, no police. Man. Everywhere, what's going on?
Okay, it's weird how those
It's
cop
quiet.
cars are
As if
just
they're
sitting
waiting
there.
for something.
It's midnight right now, and there's this huge trail.
Okay, I want to speak on that. So I see these a lot. These are common in my area because I live coastal, and there's a very popular tourist attraction that's on an island nearby, and people will often report or will look up to see flight patterns of strange planes that they see flying, because there is military bases here and NASA's nearby. So people will post locally these videos of these flybys. So these are flight patterns. You can go online and you can find the flight patterns of these hospitals. You can find the flight patterns of anything that's in the sky. And this is what you will see when you look online. So that's what you're looking at here. It's interesting that it just circles. That's interesting.
It's midnight right now, and there's this huge trail like something crash landed. What the heck is that? What is this?
Expecting something. Preparing for something. Look over here. Let's walk over here. Come on. Let's walk over here.
Whoa, they are quiet. That's just weird.
You got all this? What's going on here? Let's go. Let's turn around and look at that again. Man, turn around and look at that. Let them see them. What's going on here?
Oh, and then it goes somewhere else. Just circles. Wow.
What's going on here?
Okay. You've got me interested. That's pretty good. So gonna be lots of dead space in the air tonight. I'm by myself. No witty banter. Let's move on to the next one. So this is ledrack.vfx on TikTok. I've seen snips of this. I haven't seen a 7-minute and 27-second video of it, so let's see what it does.
Is it a cross? Heck no, it's not a cross. What is that? Like a... Let me see it.
Oh my goodness. It's like,
Dude, it looks like a dude in a suit.
it's like an astronaut.
It looks like Iron Man. What the heck? Jonathan, what in the world?
That is wild. It's almost like a hologram, but it's way up in the sky.
Maldakians.
I don't know nothing about no Maldakians.
You'll know when you guys see them.
That is wild.
Martin!
Yeah, we just got 7.5 minutes of them looking at this. Look how far up it is in the sky. Jeez, you can barely even see it when they're zoomed out.
Actually, I don't know.
I can't even see it. What the hell's wrong with
No, it's straight up and down. No, it has something on the side, Robert. Yeah, I got a picture. Oh.
Yeah?
It's like a one-legged astronaut. That's weird.
You know. Yeah, it looks like a person almost. Yeah.
Does he do it? Does he just take off? Does he stay there?
So that's kind of perfect. You got him? Recording and everything. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Oh my god, I gotta get this inside.
He's rotating. That is weird. That is really weird. Like a one-legged astronaut floating in the sky. Get a still of that. That's just bizarre, man. Bizarre. I mean, it just looks like a person. Way up there in the sky. Cool. All right, moving on to the next one.
It must be about 3.
This is UAP World on TikTok. There's two of the most infamous UAPs ever recorded.
1,000 feet up now, I'd say. Wow, look at that. It must be about 3,000 feet up now, I'd say. It must be about 3,000 feet up now, I'd say. Wow, look at that.
Wow, they love looping, don't they?
It must be about 3,000 feet up now, I'd say.
Okay. See, these are two I've never seen before.
Look at that.
Wow.
It must be about 3,000 feet up now,
huh?
I'd say.
Wow. Okay, so the first one's cool. I'm not sure how I feel about it because the light's twinkling on it. It's just too smooth. But if you look right there, see the shadow cast through the vapor in the sky? That's not something you would get unless you were actually in the sky. I've seen very few special effects where that shadow is there. And the second one I thought was kind of real looking, but you know, zooming out and seeing it feels kind of AI. I mean, not the best quality video. I mean, at this point we should be recording in 4K if they were real UFOs, right? So, all right, let's move on to the next one.
In March,
This is a UFO video STK on TikTok. A massive UFO absorbing plasma from the sun.
2012, astronomers reported an unusual sighting of a UFO larger than Jupiter hovering near the sun for 24 hours straight, absorbing plasma. Despite initial skepticism, images from NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory confirmed the event. Scientists were baffled by the object's massive size and ability to withstand the intense heat and radiation of the sun. Some speculated that it could be an alien spacecraft or a natural phenomenon yet to be discovered. What do you think? Leave a comment. In March 2012,
Okay, so that's interesting. It looks good, but towards the end, you get a sense of depth here. So here, it looks like it's just one stream of plasma coming from the sun. But right before it takes off, see, it stretches out. It becomes linear right here. I mean, if this is a craft, it would have to be absolutely massive. But also, you should keep in mind that solar flares are circular. See, look here, we have sweeping curves. These are just shapes that kind of happen. So I could see how it could be one of these curved flares, maybe further around the edge of the curve. And
we're baffled by the object's mass.
Yeah, like I could see how this could be a sweep of curve, and then, jeez, I don't know. That's just a weird shape, and then it just takes off. Very clear stream coming out of the sun, though. Well, no, it couldn't be in the backside because you can see it's pulling from right here. Huh. Yeah, that's definitely strange. You know, I don't know what to make of that. I really don't. Let's see the next one. This is UFO Talks on TikTok. At UFO Talks, right there in the middle of the screen. Here we go. Leaked footage, triangular UFOs shooting down rockets over Israel. Let me know what you think in the comments, like and share. Here we go. Okay, so this does not look like UFOs shooting down rockets. I see a shape. There's definitely a shape here. But, you know, I hate to be this guy, but I feel like, look, it's just a cluster of them at the beginning. And as things blow up, it becomes a line. So I feel like that could be something like flares. I'm sure they have something that they can deploy into the sky that kind of hovers, that triggers the explosions in missiles. I wouldn't call it a UFO, but I mean, I just don't know. This could be fireworks for all I know. It's really out of context. You know, film explosions blowing up in the sky, and say it's in Israel. What are you gonna do? Who's going to argue with you about it? Okay, next one. This is UFO talks again. It's a USA Navy warship fires missiles at UFO.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay. This looks to me like a training exercise. Look here. 1, 2, 3 in the sky. Very even formation. Not perfect, so it seems human. There's definitely a bank right there at the end. Watch this. Watch the bank. Whoop. Bank, bank. Yeah, it seems like if this were a UFO, they definitely would zoom in on that, wouldn't they? Again, this just feels like it's something taken out of context. It feels like a training exercise. That's all it feels like to me. All right, let's check this next one out. This is UFOs and crazy people. UFOs _ crazy and people on TikTok. This is, okay, so I've seen pieces of something like this before. It says alien warns of AI half a century ago. 1964 EBE-3. So there are deep, deep tales of the government having what are called EBEs, extraterrestrial biological entities. And I think the root of the story came from somewhere around the crash of Roswell. EBE was never really used militarily speaking, but it's kind of a, you know, somebody was like, oh, well, I used to work for the government and this is what we called them. So we've never gotten like a military document saying EBE. This is something that's just in the last like 15 years has been picked up. So I don't feel like EBE-3 would be the name of whatever it was in 1964, but you know, that's just me playing devil's advocate tonight. So let's watch this. Let's see what this guy says.
All right, okay, finally, tell me, what is this other threat? This artificial superintelligence
I'm gonna stop it right there. This is a fake. So usually I would be like, cool, I dig these videos that are, you know, declassified, whatever. But just because you can make a video of something that looks like an alien and overlay the audio of a projector with film running on it does not mean that it's from 1964. So for starters, everything looks good. Yeah, like he looks great. His slow blink, the reflection of the light in the eyes, everything looks great. However, we're getting B's and P's. B, huh. In order for us to form those sounds, our lips have to touch. Pa, pa, buh. Watch the mouth with the B's and P's. You will see what I mean. See? He says pain, he just says no pain. But instead of saying pain with his mouth, he goes no pain. Yeah. Come on. You put this much work into it. Animate the mouth just a little bit better, but it looks good. Kudos to whoever made it. I'm impressed. It looks good. You know, animate the mouth a little bit better. You might get some people interested. And, you know, we had talked about in the past being able to identify these, how we do it. So, let me see. I'm going to have to actually move this asset around my screen here. This one here. See it? Look, I'm going to pull this up. See right here underneath the subtitles, this is called artifacting. So if this truly was you know, 8mm footage from the 60s, you would not have artifacting. This is artifacting in its truest form. Artifacting is pixelation. You know, I can see it very, very clearly on my screen because I have a huge 40-something inch ultra wide screen in front of me. However, you might not be able to on your screens, but this is very, very obviously artifacting. And just, I've got a decent amount of experience with cameras, and I know that in low light, 8mm footage from the 60s would not be able to capture anything at this clarity. Hands down. Hands down. To give you an idea, so Polaroid film, you know, with the instant, you know, you snap a picture, the little film pops out, and you shake it. Well, you're not supposed to shake it, but you shake it and you wait for it to develop, and you get an instant image of what was just taken. So my wife and I were on the beach, and my parents were in town. And we went to the beach, and my wife has this little Polaroid camera that she has. We were on the beach, sun was shining. We took a picture in the sun, and the photo was still really dark. So it gives you an idea of the age of the technology. 8mm footage came up before Polaroid film. And, you know, I'm sorry, but this is too high of a quality to be from 1964. You know, judge me if you must. Hate me if you must. I know my stuff. I know what is, I know what can be feasibly done, especially when it comes to film and film photography and video. I've done a lot of this. I've been doing it for a very long time. So, moving on, let's go to this next one.
Here's what you guys are seeing. It's 4 airplanes flying over a game in Charlotte, North Carolina back in February of this year.
Okay.
It's not a UFO. It's not a falling satellite. Stop believing everything that you see on TikTok. It's a slow motion video from a different angle. Here's what you guys are seeing. It's 4 airplanes flying over a game in Charlotte.
I'm glad somebody said something. That is the formation of planes that we saw at the first video. They were saying a UFO crashed in DC. I think it's obvious at this point. Seems a little reckless to be, you know, sparking stuff from behind a plane, but thank you, excuse me. Thank you, 76_bird, and thank you, Gene Fry 76, for your contributions, letting people know. So that October 13 sighting in Washington D.C. was a group of planes flying over a sporting event. There you go. Okay, this is Charlotte, North Carolina, 10/12/24. 10/12. That was just a couple weeks ago, really. A week ago. This is American_honey shared this video. They look like paper lanterns to me. Yeah, because they're kind of twinkling. I mean, they're the right color to be paper lanterns. You know, like the ones that you light a little fire underneath and you let them go. That's definitely what that feels like to me. And if I'm wrong, comment in this episode. You can do that in Spotify now. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, comment what you think it is. I feel like it's a string of paper lanterns. All right, next one. Okay, so this says 10 orange lights fade in and out in the sky, or fade in and out, then rapidly ascend into the sky. This is paranormal_epicenter on TikTok. Okay, I like this. I like this one a lot. Let's roll it back just a little bit. Right here. And you know why I like it? Because right there it looks flat. Like there's something in the cloud and they're ascending up to it. However, my first impression is that it's faked. But turn the sound off. We're going to re-roll this video. If this is faked, somebody took the time to make that light bleed through the trees and keep their position. You know, let's find a spot where it crosses a telephone pole. Okay, let's clip this and zoom in. Nope. Bonk bonk. Wait, go back to it. Okay, well, it looks legitimate. However, now this could be just an issue with the way it was recorded at a high rate of speed. Look at this one right here. Oh, it won't let me zoom in anymore. The side of this pixel. Oh, you can't see what I'm seeing. Sorry. The side of this light right here. Look at that. It's flat. It's completely flat, like it's cut off. Look, artifacting. I'm gonna have to zoom in again. Yeah, there's way too much artifacting here. So this is a good sign of video manipulation. Let me see if I could zoom in on this again. Snip to snip. Go full screen on that. There we go. This looks much better. So look, these are not round. These are very squared, very pixelated. Look at this one. A dark edge underneath it. This one's square, that one's square. Let me bring that in the shot. Look how square this is right here. This is a sign of video manipulation. It's just too clean, too crisp. You don't get square lights in the sky. It's just, yeah, it's not great. It doesn't look good. I'm gonna say this is not real. It's good. It looks good. Somebody did a really good job, but there's just yeah, I'm sorry. Those lights just artifact way too much. All right, moving on to the next one.
Frank.
It says we got a little too drunk and we thought for a minute that the Tower of the Americas was a damn UFO. Ain't gonna lie, I was scared for a hot minute. This is Poker Delgone on TikTok. Check this out.
What in the motherfucker is that, Frank?
What the fuck is that?
Oh, it's the tower in the satellite.
What the fuck is that?
Or it's
Record it.
Frank.
tower
What the
in
fuck is that?
What the fuck is that, Frank?
Seattle. Let's
We San
not
Antonio,
satellite.
Texas,
Oh,
and some shit's over us. Frank. What
that's convincing. Okay, so this is a good example how everyday things in life can be misconstrued as paranormal. San Antonio, Texas. Let's look that up. What did he say? Tower of America? San Antonio, Texas. Yep. That's going to be pretty easy to mix up. Yeah, look here. Ah, jeez. That thing just looks like a UFO. So, I can see how that's the issue. I can see it. I'm sorry. Not real. But I'm glad they were man enough to say that it was their fault. So, next. This is Earth Mush. We might have some music here. I hope it's not copyrighted. Let's see. Okay, how do we know this is fake? Let's break it down. Show of hands, who's seen the movie Borat? Anybody? The show Borat? Do you remember when Elon Musk just recently decided he wanted to make the top of his spacecrafts pointy because he thought it was funny, and the movie Borat was funny. Or not Borat, The Dictator. So the reason that's funny is because missiles and crafts don't have pointed noses. So this is obviously either like a spacecraft, or a missile. They don't have pointed noses because at that speed, you're not really increasing, or you're not really decreasing your drag. So a point on a nose of a missile is moot. No pun intended. So there are no missiles that have points like this. And there are no crafts, aside from Elon Musk's spacecrafts, that have points. And let's be honest, this guy, this UFO is shooting a literal beam at, the tip of a missile. And the animation is not great. It reminds me of the animations you saw on, oh jeez, what's that game? It was a Flash game. Happy Wheels. Yeah, like when it starts to tumble, like the way the exhaust from this missile shoots out of the back, it feels like the way the exhaust would shoot out in Happy Wheels. However, I've seen enough spacecrafts, not necessarily spacecrafts, like missiles and satellites being launched into space, and I've seen enough fail that when they start to turn, they just explode. So see how steep this thing turns. Yeah, if the rate of speed that they have to travel through the air to be moving, because they're so large, if they were to turn that sharply, they just disintegrate. So before he even got half as sharp as that turn, that missile would have just blown up into pieces. But, you know, this is good. I remember seeing this on Sci-Fi Channel in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's good though. I'm not hating. It's good. So this is aviator_Alex. UFO spotted over Washington, D.C. at 40,000 feet. This is double speed. Okay, we can mute that because that's probably copyrighted music. Whoa, weird artifacting. Oh, it's not artifacting. He's 40,000 feet, so he's in an airplane. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was wanting to start over anyway. That seems a little close for airplanes. Yeah, I don't know what you would call that. Too far above the city to be a tower. That's all of these lights are just weird. So this was when? Last week? 5 days ago. So during a meteor shower, we are currently having the Perseid meteor shower right now. And this is probably what we're looking at here. I would be willing to wager, yeah. But it's good nonetheless. I'm not upset.
This is the clearest video of a UFO recorded recently.
So we've seen this one before. We keep getting it. So this one keeps coming up. This is a good one. You know, we'll kill the audio, but we'll watch it. Yeah, it is very clear. Yeah, we talked at length about this one. It was a good one. So go back, check us out on the Rapid Fire episode number 1. And we actually covered this video specifically. We talked at length about it. So if this video interests you, go back and listen to Rapid Fire episode 1. And we break this video down. We take screenshots, we go frame by frame. Yeah. So, touching alleged crash debris from the 1947 Roswell incident found by geologist Frank Kimbler. This is Being Chrissy Newton on TikTok. Let's see what they have to say.
That's wild. Thank you, Frank.
Let me touch it. So, it's amazing.
Okay, well,
That's wild. Thank you, Frank.
Let me touch it. So,
I'm going to play devil's advocate again because that seems to be the trend for me this evening. Give me just a random piece of shrapnel. Let me go stand outside of Roswell, New Mexico, and be like, look, I have a piece of the crash from Roswell right here. It's been in my family for generations. I would be willing to wager that I could make up a story on the fly that this was real. However, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And this could be legitimate. I do not know. I need to see some background information, not just a 12-second video and a close-up of this.
it's amazing.
I don't know if anybody around out there's ever used a drill press before, but it looks an awful lot like what comes off when you drill a hole through a piece of aluminum. Just saying. Next. It says throw the object to meet the UFO. It took and fly away. Wow. Horrible English. UFO_worldwide on TikTok. It's just weird. I'm not sure what we're looking at here. I mean, it's small. I don't think it's a drone. I wouldn't call it a UFO, but that is weird. I'm not sure what we're looking at here. I've never seen a UFO that small. But whatever, hey, let's keep rolling. It says, did an alien spaceship crash land into the ocean, or was it an asteroid? This is UFO Media on TikTok.
Holy fuck! Holy fuck! Holy
Wow.
Holy fuck!
Okay. So, I want to say this is fake. But, damn it looks good. It looks really good. Man, it looks good. They get the blast and everything right. However, I feel like we would have heard about something in the news, right? Ooh, somebody says sound doesn't travel that fast. Let's listen to that one more time. Yeah.
Holy fuck! Holy fuck! Holy
Oh no, they're absolutely right. Yeah, you would not hear the sound at the same time as the blast wave. Yep, probably faked. That sucks. Next, here we go. I want to say that is a bug, but whatever it was, knew there was a camera. This is, oh my gosh, Yanni Mulani on TikTok. Okay, probably just a jet. Let's turn that audio off and just watch it. Because they are loud. Yeah, that roar like that, it looks just like an afterburner to me. That is afterburner. Moving forward. Finally, someone with an S23 Ultra. I think I know this video. Oh yeah, we covered this one episode, Rapid Fire episode 1. It's a good one. This is little_cracka_ on TikTok. It's a weird one, man. It is a weird one. But here's the thing about the S23 Ultras. They use AI to fill in the gaps with what you're looking at. So you're never going to get a true image when you're zoomed in that far. Because I have done a little bit of research up until this point and found out that the S23 Ultra does use AI to generate what it thinks is the correct what the correct image is. The thing that I saw that substantiated this was there was rumors going around that the S23 Ultra would use AI. So a guy said, all right, let me take a picture of the moon. So he takes a picture of a moon and it's phenomenally clear. So he sets up a fake moon, just a round sheet of paper in a dark room, takes a picture of it, and the S23 Ultra pasted the image of the moon on top of that piece of paper. So, take this video for what it's worth, but, you know, them using AI on a phone, it's going to stitch its images together to make whatever it feels like is the most sense. Moving on. Cube-shaped shaft.
And watch this as he zooms in.
UFO spotted by pilot.
A metallic-looking object, a polyhedron of some sort, whizzes by in a straight line. We slow it down and zoom in further. You can see it kind of looks like a cube.
It has these kind of little points that stick out.
Points his camera phone out of the cockpit window and watch this as he
This is
zooms
Conspiracy Dot. There is zero on TikTok.
A metallic-looking object, a polyhedron of some sort,
that's a weird
whizzes
one,
by in a
but-
straight line. We slow it down and zoom in further. You can see it kind of looks like a cube.
It has these kind of little points that stick out.
Yeah, it does look like a cube, but again, I think we're... It's hard to say. I really want to say that this is UFO. I really do. But... could it also be a balloon? Like a Mylar balloon? You're not going to see the string. Let's move forward.
Straight line.
Oh, this is the ship shooting at the UFO. That's a weird one. But I feel like it's a little too clear. Now that feels like a balloon. Just like a Mylar balloon. They could be any shape now. They don't have to be round anymore. Somebody let a balloon go and it's doing its thing. Uh-oh. Sensitive content. Some people may find this video to be disturbing. Let's watch it. Okay. Pausing, just a second. No, you know what? Okay. I had to take a quick bathroom break, but don't get me started on this. So this is a rough one. So the thing on the right is a sunfish. It's a thing. You don't usually see them. They're deep sea fish. When they die, they come up. That one's obviously been dead for a while. Thing on the left. It's decently animated. We'll say that. Let's just say that. It was decently animated. Somebody in the comments says, that's old Greg. Alright then, moving forward. We're getting close to the bottom. Oh, that is the bottom. Okay. Wow. So we did it. We made it through an entire string of videos for this week's Rapid Fire. You know, cherry on top, you get this crazy guy here. Let's get a close-up of this guy's face. Yeah. Dude looks like a character from, what was that movie where Tommy Lee Jones voiced the action figure? Toy Soldiers? Is that what that was? So, we're going to leave it at that tonight. You know, I'm sorry this episode was a little shorter than normal, but, you know, we've got family, we got people, and you know, we do what we got to do to accommodate. And I'm fine doing these by myself. I'm sure they're nowhere near as interesting when there's not more than one of us here. Sorry for that, everybody. You know, next week is going to be really good. Next week we should be doing the Betty and Barney Hill episode. I've already done all the research. Everything's lined up, ready for that one. I will say, next week, just be ready, because next week will be intense. When we do the Betty and Barney Hill video, I should say, and everybody should be warned, that there is regression hypnosis video, or audio, and I don't know how much everybody else that's listening knows much about regression hypnosis, but oh goodness. I sneezed. Sorry. I peaked that mic big time. But when you do regression hypnosis, it's the purest form of your emotion that comes through. So, just know that these two people are being regressed hypnosis, are being regressed hypnotically, and their emotional response to the original situation, I don't want to say too much about what it is, but it is pure and it is unadulterated. It is very disturbing if you are not prepared for it, so please be prepared. We will probably announce a trigger warning at the beginning of the episode, just to make sure that everybody knows what's going on. So, you know, stay tuned for that, and you know, next week we'll have we'll have the whole group here. We should have Aeon and Paul next week. Little insider information here: Paul does regression hypnosis therapy and or past life regression. I'm not sure which one it is. They're very similar, but they're not the same. So I'm looking forward to having him here with us to kind of touch on the the finer points of what's going on in the hypnosis session. Excuse me. I am tired. I'm not sleeping well. But, you know, we will see what happens next week. We might run long. We might do a two-parter. You know, we'll see what happens. I've got a good long script prepared. I've got a lot I want to say, and one of the hypnosis audio recordings is about 30 minutes long, so we might just spend a good portion listening to it. I'm not sure if we want to or not. But we'll see what happens. You know, if we have to, we'll split it up and make a two-parter, but we'll see what happens. I want to, just before we go, I want to give a shout-out to Ayan and Paul. You know, happy 2-year anniversary. By the time you hear this, it's too late. But still, nonetheless, congratulations. I've known you for a long time, and I'm happy for you guys, and I'm glad that you guys found your other person. I really am. Anyway, you know, if you've seen any of these videos in this episode before and you want to comment on them, feel free to comment on this video on YouTube, or now on Spotify. We are set up to where we can accept comments on episodes. So feel free to comment on the episode on Spotify. Feel free to comment on your episode on YouTube. You can also reach out to us at Beyond Shadows Podcast at gmail.com. And we are on all of your socials. You know what our logo is at this point. So I just wanted to say, let's see if I can do this as smoothly as Aeon can. I want to say that some of these videos, they could be real, they could be fake. Some of them probably are real. Some of them probably are fake. But when you see these videos, you need to make your better judgment. You need to use the logical part of your brain, look closer, and see what is really happening. Make sure you read between the lines, but most importantly, make sure that you follow us beyond the shadows. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
It's alive! It's alive!
A creature like that, how would it ever die?
And this monster starts running right at me.
Annihilated by nuclear bombs. Beast is not dead. I put 4 bullets into him.
Oh, you're crazy.
But I saw that monster too. All I want is for someone to believe me.
Contaminated.
Face. Horrible. Look like it would scare you to death.
All right, let's get to work.
Beyond the shadows.